Okay. ET69 control break 24 June. Okay, today we are going to study and understand control break statements. Okay. Okay. Begin of TY MACT, where we pull material number, cross MAC text, quantity type I, and this is the structure from MATT. It's a standard table is the internal table, and work area will be type structure MAC, type MAC. Okay. WMAC Matner is 100, class is E test, MAC text is soap, quantity is 1, amount is 10. Do we have an amount over here? Amount is not here. So we will have by integer append work area to IT MAC. Okay. Okay. Now, let me add some text so that we can make it easier for everyone to understand. If you use append on sorted table, it works as long as there is no conflict. Conflict means replication, like 100 is one part. Okay. In conflict, runtime error can come up. Like unique key is already initiated, available, it will be encounter error if append is trying to add a record with the same value of key. So if there is a key with the same value, this is a unique key. Okay, because this cannot be changed. Okay. But if you try to add another record 100, it will give you an error. This happens in sorted table. Instead, use this insert command. If there is a record available with values being inserted, if there is replication being done, it will ignore the available record in standard table. So append and insert add records at the end of the internal table. At the end. So if there are like 10 records already, the 11th will be added by append or insert. So the use case here is that we are creating a bill at supermarket counter and it is getting updated. So you will have a soap. Okay. This is extra. You can have more than one soap, right? So it can get added. So let's add more records. $200 is paste, quantity is 1, amount is 10, 20, this is brush, soap, paste, and it is getting appended to the end of the internal table. Okay, let's add some more records because today our lecture is a new one. It will not be long enough. Okay, 100. So paste. So what we are using actually, we're using collect. Now collect basically what it does. Let me just give you that perspective. Collect command adds to the already available non-numeric field. It adds to the numeric fields if non-numeric content is the same. All non-numeric fields content should be similar. Okay. So thing is, if it is encountering same thing, it will add to it. It will not actually encounter an error. Okay. So what we'll do over here, we'll start looping internal tables. Okay. Now, how will we loop it? Loop internal table mapped into work area mapped. At first, now this is your control break commands. Right at first triggered system tab IX. Now this is basically system table which will be triggered and at first, at last. Okay, at last. These are syntax basically that we are going to use at first and at last. Right at last triggered system tab X and at. This is for the understanding and what these are. Let's do this. At first and at are control break statements. We can write code in between this. At first is your loop. Okay. At first and at last can be interchanged. So it is not necessary that the position is sequential. Okay. 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 Let me add some more. Loop at itmat into WA mact. Loop at itmat and at okay, I'm adding another part over here, which is at new spras. New spras is language at new triggered, and this is a loop. When it will encounter spras, which is language, it will start the loop. So this is another way, intelligent way to start your loop, and then we can end that at and at. Okay. So since this loop is open, we will end it over here. Okay, this is important. This is important to close it. At end of spras, at end of triggered, and loop. Okay. At line selection, it's not picking up. Why? Part of selection. And loop is there. Mm, If mark is not initial, select. Let me just paste the code and then we'll go at it. Sort at new works and at line selection. Check expected after line. Penalty mark is unknown whether the field is similar IT marked. IT mark. Okay. Is unknown. Okay. WA mark, P marker is unknown, T marker is unknown, IT marker, IT mark, IT mark. Okay, we haven't defined this. All at stream are closed by end loop. Okay. Loop at IT mark. Okay, we should find selection. Check. No syntax errors, but why is this giving me an error? Okay, activate. At first trigger 1, 1, at new triggered 1, at end of triggered 1. Now this is a loop basically. Third loop, fourth loop, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, because we have these many records that we have entered, append, right? So it's running a record when it is encountering spras because we are also entering spras. So 11 records are there. Okay. So this is working well. Let's look at the other part of the code. And if sort. Okay. I hope this is clear. Okay, let me add another code here. Loop at IT mapped into work area, and work area mapped temporary is equal to work area mapped. At first, loop at first triggered system tabix. As we have seen, the 11 records, it was coming through this. It's a table that actually counts how many records have been entered. WMACT, temporary material number, temporary spras, temporary MAC text, and at. New spras, new record, and at. Okay, at new triggered. On change of spras, write on change of triggered, and it will show you the number. End of spras, again, it will show the end of triggered. So every loop will actually produce a new record. At last is triggered, at end is triggered. So we have two kinds of loop, at first and at last. Okay, at new, at end. Okay, and at end loop, check. Temp is unknown. Okay, loop. Temp matter is unknown. Okay, we'll go up here. Sorry, add it over here. WMAT. Check. TY mapped. TY mapped. Oh, TY mapped. Yes. That is a structure. Check. Activate. Direct processing. Okay, now we have how many records? Okay, now it is actually producing. How it is producing this? Can you tell? Because this is printing the bill. Soap, paste, brush, soap, paste. So that collect statement plus insert statement is not giving the error because we have already replicated the items, but it is not actually giving you the error. So how is this coming up? This is coming up due to this part of your code, this part. Yeah. This is the part that is giving you the number of the record plus material number, language, and material description. Yeah. Easy. Okay. That's it for today. I hope this was clear.